Hi everyone, welcome back. Well, this is a special update tonight. It's the 100th episode of Allotment Days. 4 years since the first update back in March of 2016, and at the time we just got the second plot set up, and this greenhouse here that we sat in, this had just been erected as well. I think we just got this path laid as well, and I looked the other day and all the beds were empty. I think it was the middle of March. Everything was ready to go, and here we are 4 years later, and now we've got 4 greenhouses instead of the 2 on 5 plots. And there's actually news on that front, because I've just acquired, believe it or not, a 6th plot. It's only a half plot, and I'm going to put an orchard on it, so I'm going to have a micro orchard with maybe 15 or 18 trees. But that's a project for this coming autumn. For now we're just beginning to enjoy the fruits of our labours. I don't know whether you can tell looking over my shoulder, but we've had rain this last couple of days, which is really nice. It's not rained heavily, it's just been a persistent drizzle. We did have one heavy downburst that lasted about 5 minutes, but it was still really welcome. But importantly, I've not had to water for 2 days, which has been really nice. And it's nice and cool as well. It's 10 degrees, but it's really pleasant. There's no breeze as yet, although we are expecting some winds tomorrow. So all the ground's wet. So what I'm going to do on this update is not do so much of a tour. I might show you a few things, just let you have a look at wet soil so you know what that looks like. And I can hear a pitter patter now, and it looks like we might be getting a few drops as well, so we might be getting rain live on air as we film. So but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at some of the things that are coming to a point where we can start and harvest a few things. We've got some cucumbers that are ready to harvest. I noticed the other day when I took a cover off one of the beds on the no-dig plot, the top plot, that the purple top Milan turnip, that they're ready. I think I'm going to do a potato reveal as well. That's if the rain doesn't come in too heavily. And I've got lots of lovely greenery here at the side of me. Pak choy, chard, spinach, leaf, lettuce, cut and come again lettuce, and I'm going to cut some of those as well. And I might take a few onions home. So we'll venture outside and we'll just look at what there is to harvest. It'll be the first significant harvest really after the winter onions of this season. Okay, I'll take you outside. And here we are up at the top corner, overlooking all 4 plots. We've got a really nice vantage point here. I'm right up on the top of the fence. There's an old telegraph pole that's served as a corner post for probably more than a decade, and I'm sat on top of it. And I really like the view from up here. You can see all the countryside looking eastwards. And you can see that all the beds are starting to fill up now. We've just got 2 beds here and 2 beds on the long plot to fill, and then we're just about done. But down beneath me here, just down here, this bed, this is where we've got the purple top Milan. And I took the cover off the other day to put it on the bed over there opposite, and just in time, because the leaves were starting to get a little bit crumpled and bent over. Gave it a good watering. We've had some rain since, and it's perking up nicely now, the bed. And as soon as I took the cover off, I noticed that we've got some beautiful purple top Milan turnips, so we'll take a closer look at those now. And as you can see, there's one there. These were all multi-sown turnips, so there were 2 or 3
turnip seed in each cell in the module tray when they were sown, and this one here is a really nice one. I think I need to take the big ones up because if we do get a lot of rain we might get a few split. So if I just give this a twist, if I can do that without disturbing the others. Easier said than done. You can see it's a beautiful turnip. It's well anchored. There we go. Quite a tussle to get that one out. And it's nice and clean. A little bit soiled up, but it's not damaged or anything. Might have to just firm. They're still well attached, but I've just freed some of the soil around the top, and you can see there are another two there. And if we have a look, nice one there, and yet another one there. But as you can see, there's a little bit of splitting just on the top, so a rush of blood to the system over this last couple of days, and you risk going from having beautiful turnips to having turnips that are a little bit damaged. But there are lots there. That's a nice one as well. They're a lovely colour, but lots of small ones and medium-sized ones as well maturing. Round the edge they tend to be a little bit bigger, and in the middle they're a little bit smaller. But not certain how many plants we've got here, but I suspect we've probably got about 20 groupings or so. So I'll have to put the camera down now so that I can take a few more, and then we'll have a look when I'm done. And there we are, the first 3 turnips harvested in 2020. Into the 16x8 greenhouse now. We'll walk past the tomatoes and hop over the dahlias, and you can see we've got some nice cucumber plants up at the back there, and that's where the piccolino are on the shelf. We're in the hot room section of the greenhouse, and we've got 2 standard cucumbers here on the floor to the left of me, and then to the right of me with another 2. These are Femspot and Burpless. But up on the shelf we've got 4 piccolino cucumbers, and these are beauties. They look really, really nice. First of all, the leaves all look really healthy. I suppose they should do at this time of the year. And these 2 have been left on perhaps a little bit too long, because they are billed as a lunchbox sized cucumber. And again, these are quite well attached. Twisting. I have to just try and nip it off now. There we go. That's the first cucumber of this year. But as you can see, there are many more. There's another one there. There are a couple in there that can be picked. Several on the third one to be picked as well. And then again on the 4th plant. So I don't know how many we've got here, but probably 5 or 6, 7 or 8 possibly that we can pick. And we've just run out of cucumbers, so we've come at the right time. Well, it turns out there were actually 10 that were big enough to be taken, and they all look really healthy, and as you can see they're a decent size, all of them really, and they should be really nice and tender, and the skins I think will be nice and soft as well, and probably the equivalent of, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 normal cucumbers if you consider their collective weight. But it's really nice to be harvesting. Feels like there's a little bit of a a reward for all the effort that's gone in watering and sowing and pricking out and potting on. So and there are still quite a few left. I think there are about 4 or 5 that will be ready within maybe 2 days. There's another one there, but there are lots of baby ones as well that are growing. So another one there. Lots of baby ones there. I'm not quite certain how prolific these will be because it's the first time that I've grown them. I have grown other miniature cucumbers before, but not this variety. But they look very, very vigorous, the plants, and they've quite a way to go to get up to the top of the greenhouse. So that's the first 10. We'll keep score on how many we take off of these 4 plants. But last year we had a total of 130 cucumbers from 6 plants. Well, it might be a bit too early to second guess what we're going to get this year, but I'm already happy just to have these beauties. So they'll join the pile, and we'll go and do a potato reveal now. As you can see, the potatoes are all in flower, and they're all second earlies, Charlotte and Kestrel. They're my 2 favourite varieties, but for some reason this one looks like it's had a haircut, and the reason it looks like that is because just here in the corner where it was sat, the horse that resides in this paddock has put its head over and eaten the top off the plant, which is a first. It's been guilty in the past of breaking through into the long plot, the 4th plot, and eating all our carrots. So he's got a record already, but you can see he's nibbled the top of that one there as well. I don't know if you can just see, just there, the top's nibbled. So they'll eat anything. So we might as well have a bash with this one. So these were sown at 2 different times, and the ones at the back, I believe, were the ones that were sown first in the middle of March. So that's probably about 11 weeks. So we're a little bit early, but we've got another dozen pots to go at before we start taking any out of the ground. So even if I only get a pound or a pound and a half or something like that, I'm sure they'll be nice. So a sacrificial lamb, really, you could say. Just see what we've got. They've been well watered, we've had lots of sun, so with a bit of luck we should have some potatoes. Right, and off we go. So I've got a little pot to put the potatoes in, so we'll just pop that to one side for now. I'll trim the tops off, and then we'll get it chucked in the wheelbarrow, and then we'll have a rifle through and we'll see just how many potatoes we've got. So, right, so that's the tops off. It's only a 25 litre tub, and I put 2 seed potatoes in this one. I'm not very organised, so I don't know whether they're Charlotte or Kestrel. It's always a little bit of a surprise when I do a potato reveal. I never put a tag in or anything because I use hundreds of the things and I just got fed up with it. So I know that they were sown in the middle of March, if that's the first sowing. The second lot were done about 10 days later, so they're either 11 weeks or 9 weeks. Not very scientific, I know. Right, let's see what we've got. Well, we've got some potatoes, and they're small-ish, but just nice, I'd say. The compost's moist, but not really, really wet. But they're a decent size, just a nice size. You can see that. And I just tried to rub a little bit of soil off, and it took the skin off, which is lovely. That's exactly what we want. So off we go. Now, just a really nice size. This might very well be the second sowing, I think, judging by the size of the potatoes. But because there are quite a few smallish ones, but we like those. As I say, 2 seed potatoes, and you can tell as well the Charlotte. And that's one of the seed potatoes, but it's still solid. Is that one? Not bad, that one. Another seed potato, again, just started to rot at one end, but I think these were definitely the second planting. There's no 2 questions about that. It's not a massive pot either, a 25 litre pot, but probably only 3/4 full. Lots of nice little ones. I think that's about it, to be honest. So if there's only, I would say, about 1.5 pounds. There's no point in weighing them, because they probably needed another 2 weeks, I would say. But that's the risk you take when you don't mark your potatoes. But there'll be enough comfortably for a meal for 3 of us, maybe 2 meals, and as soon as we need another pot, we'll turn that one out as well. So there's no need to really hang on to them for now. So even if we only get 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds of potatoes, that's enough. They're fresh, they taste fantastic, a little bit of butter, don't need peeling, and yeah, that's okay. Well, that's it for this evening, and I don't think we've done too badly. We've got some beautiful purple top Milan turnips, lovely healthy crisp tops to them, some great cucumbers. I'm tempted just to bite straight into these because they look so nice. We've got 10 of those. We've got some mixed pak choy and tatsoi, some baby chard leaf, some mixed cut and come again lettuce, and the potatoes that we just harvested. And as I said earlier, this is probably the first significant harvest of the season. It's not massive, but it's still heartening to see stuff growing and to be getting some reward this early in the season, particularly with the cucumbers. I'm really pleased with those. The turnips have benefited from the protection as well, and we're awash with lettuce leaf, so we can't really grumble. All the brassicas are still in the early stages of development, so it'll be a while before we get those. The tomatoes will be coming online within about 3 or 4 weeks, so there's lots to look forward to. But as I say, that's it for this update. Thank you for joining me on my 100th episode, and I hope you come by and enjoy the rest of the season's harvest with me. Anyway, for the time being, thanks again, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, bye.